Hey guys, thanks for checking back. Today, we're gonna tackle what's not normally a summer barbecue item. We're jumping in with smoked turkey. Now you think smoked turkey, you think Thanksgiving. Well, I've got some friends that do some catering and they asked for a smoked turkey. So guess what? Today, we're doing smoked turkey. My turkey has been in the brine for 24 hours. That brine consisted of a half a pound of salt, a half a pound of brown sugar, and cold water. Turkey sat in there for a good 14 hours. We get her out, I'm gonna dry her off. Then we're gonna proceed to inject and rub her down before we get her on the smoker. So we'll start today with our injection. Now this is an injection I made out of some melted butter and some of the rub flavors that we're going to use dissolved in them. That way we're just carrying that flavor profile straight through the rest of the turkey. A few points that you want to make sure you catch when you're injecting: the breast, of course. I like to get some down in the front side of the breast, some in the top side of the breast. We also want to get some into the meaty part of the leg. Just got to kind of move in around those muscles and tendons. And then also backside of this wing, just a little. And then we'll pick up and grab the thighs and a little of the back meat. If you're a dark meat person like I am, that's some of the most important meat on the bird. In order to protect the tips of the wings from the heat while we're smoking, we just simply tuck those under the front of the bird. What we're going to use today is our SmokeMasters Premium Barbecue Rub. It's a nice sweet balance: brown sugars, paprikas, smoked paprikas. It's a very, very sweet rub. Lends itself very well to the turkey or any kind of poultry that you're doing. Just kind of want to get a nice even coat all the way around. And for those of you that are watching and just wondering, I did remove the giblet bag. I always loved around Thanksgiving to watch the Facebook posts where Butterball always inevitably has to answer the question, I cooked my turkey in the oven for 14 hours and I never removed the giblet bag. Is it safe to eat? Well, it's made of plastic, so chances are no. Hit it with a little on the backside, just smooth out the rub on those wings. This wind today is making sure that my table definitely gets enough rub. And at that point, she's ready to go. Gonna let that rub set for just a second and go get the fires lit on her smoker. So today, we've got our Smoky Mountain loaded up with our Royal Oak lump charcoal. Just put a couple tumbleweeds on the top. We're gonna get things lit again. The smoker was running earlier today for some other stuff that we cooked, so you'll see a little smoke coming up from the edge, but I wanna be sure I get a little nice, hot, fresh fire going from the top. So I've got a couple tumbleweeds in the top, but because of the wind we're dealing with today, I'm gonna use the good Arkansas lighter to get it done. All right, so we've got our smokers fired up. We're right at about 250 right now. So we're gonna pop the top and get this turkey on. Alrighty. Now that we've got her on and closed up, we're gonna let it run at 250 for about 2.5 hours, then we'll start checking temperatures. Okay, so our turkey's been on for about an hour, hour and 15 minutes. The temperature's been running between 250 and 265, back and forth. We added about 3 chunks of the apple wood that we get from smokerwood.com. Still getting a pretty good thin line of smoke out of there for that. So we're gonna pull the top, check the temperature, and see what our turkey's at right now. The top side of our breasts are about 150. Bottom side's running about 130. And back in the thigh, we're at about 150. So she's right where we need to be. Probably got about another 30 to 45 minutes. So we're gonna close her up and let her run on out. Okay, so we've been on about 2.5, 3 hours, and we should be right about where we wanna be, 165 on poultry. So I'm gonna open her up, check the temperature on the turkeys, and get them off. Yep, we're at 168. Yep, 170 in the thigh, so we're good to go. Get a little bit of that extra juice sitting in the cavity out. We're gonna transfer her over to the cutting board. So we're gonna cover it up, let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes. Just let all those juices redistribute. Doesn't have to be covered tightly, just tinted, just to keep that heat in. Let those juices redistribute, and then we'll get ready to carve it up. Okay, so we've had it rest for a little while. So, in order to carve it up, the way we're gonna start, we're gonna take the legs off, and then we're gonna take the breasts off, slice them up, put it all on the platter, and then we'll move to the thighs and the wings. Knuckle down in there, you gotta break on that leg. There's one. We'll move to the next one. And you can absolutely do this with a hand knife. I just prefer the electric carving knife. It makes things move a little faster. We're gonna come right to the side of the breastbone, come straight down, and then tilt out, following the wishbone around the front. So we get to the bottom, we'll pull the breast off in one piece. At that point, we're gonna take the breast and cut it against the grain. Move that breast onto the platter. Next, we'll come and do the exact same thing on the other side of the breastbone. And the piece that gets left, that's for me. Oh man. What a great flavor. Now, after that, I'll come in, clean up some of the rest of the stuff that's left on the bone, and I'll put that on a separate plate, shredded to the side of the presentation platter. Lastly, I'm gonna pull these wings off, break that knuckle at the bottom, trim up that meat that's left on the end there. And then we'll come to the bottom side where the thigh rests. Pull off the dark meat. Leave it presented right there in the middle. And that is one beautiful platter of smoked turkey. Okay, so that's got it. We've got our turkey all carved up, got our legs, our breast meat, some of our dark meat in the center with the wings behind, and an extra plate of pulled meat right behind that. So it'll present very well, and it's extremely, extremely moist. Thanks for checking us out today, learning how to do smoked turkey. If you like the video, please hit that like and subscribe button, mash that notification bell so that you get the notification every time we put out a new video. Thanks for checking by, and we'll see you next time.